Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sentinel Sports Extra Cavaliers playoff pregame show for our Game 2 tonight against the Toronto Raptors. The Cavs lead the series 1-0, but let's get the business out of the way first. This pregame report is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel. They can help you with roofing and siding estimates. They can help you with power washing your house, your deck, your drive, your sidewalk, your stairs, and help you file insurance claims for siding and roofing. So call them today at 440-278-0506 and get started. So we have, the Cavs won the first game, 126-113 the other night. And if you think about it, pretty much of the 8 first-round games on Saturday and Sunday, 7 of the 8, the higher seed won. And the other game, it went as expected also. Before we get to the Cavs and Raptors game, let's talk about JB Bickerstaff and his Detroit Pistons. I saw on social media prior to the start of these series a lot of talk from Detroit media, Detroit fans about how Cleveland was so stupid for letting JB Bickerstaff go. What a bad move by them. We have the number 1 seed now, all of this. But watching that game last night between the Pistons and the Magic, I was not surprised one bit. Once again, JB Bickerstaff is outcoached because he cannot make in-game adjustments. And, I said, don't be surprised if the Pistons lose in the first round. And right now, they're down 1-0 right away. So it is what it is. This guy, he's great at building a team. He's great at teaching. There's no doubt about that. You cannot deny that. But a game coach, he's terrible at making adjustments. And that's it. So they lost. And now we're going to move on to the game tonight. We'll talk about Saturday's game a little bit. Cavs won that one, 126-113. The 216 sticks are practicing right now. The Cavs won that first game, 126-113. They dominated most of the game. The score looks closer than it was. I mean, it was not that close. Once they put the last guys on the bench in to finish the game, the Raptors, closed the gap. It was 20 when they put them in. It ended up being 13. So, the Cavs dominated most of the game. The 21-6 run to start the second half, I believe, is what did it. That just finished them. That just, I think Toronto at that point, they knew they were not going to win that game. And the Cavs were, I got to say, the Cavs were relentless. And they continued to be the aggressor in that game. And if the Cavs are the aggressor, it's going to be really hard to beat them. And I thought on Saturday the Cavs were the aggressor. Yes, Mobley and Allen only combined for 27 points and 14 rebounds. Or as my old friend Michael Regai used to say, 14 bounds. But they didn't have to do any more than that. Even with that, the Cavs starting big men out-rebounded the Toronto starting big men, 17-9. The great Scotty Barnes had one rebound. He had one rebound. So talking like he did leading up to the series really didn't do him any good. Kind of backfired, I guess. We'll see what happens tonight. It's a new game tonight. It could be the complete opposite, but I don't think so. But, Harden, Mitchell, and Strus combined for 78 points. Tonight could be different. Mobley and Allen might have more of an impact tonight. We'll see. Game 2 is tonight at 7 here at Rocket Arena, and it's going to be loud again. It was so loud Saturday. I mean, it was so loud. This place really gets loud. I remember the days when Cavs fans back in Richfield during the Nance, Doherty, Price days, where Cavs fans were kind of a laid-back fan base. Not anymore. This is definitely not a laid-back fan base. This is a fan base that really gets into the games, and I think it puts the team over the top sometimes. But so the 19,432 tonight is going to be very important to this team. Getting to the injury report, Emmanuel Quigley is questionable with a right hamstring for the Raptors. That's their only person listed on their injury report. And Thomas Bryant is still out for the Cavs with the left calf strain. You want to get Bryant healthy for the second round, where you're going to need him more, I think. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's really hurting him at all right now. T3, hello. I see you're joining us on TikTok. And it's good to see that you're watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate the people who watch. I like giving information out and doing this show because I like telling people what I know. It's not always right, but I might be able to give some sort of information that would help. The Cavs have now won 11 straight playoff games versus the Raptors, and they are 13-2 all time. They had one playoff series where they beat the Raptors 4-2. And that series was tied 2-2. Since then, the Cavs have won 11 straight games in the series. They won that series. Then they won, that was 2016. Then they won the series 4-0 in 17 and then won it 4-0 in 2018. So, the Cavs have pretty much dominated the Raptors in the playoffs. As we found out the other day that the Raptors 3-0 advantage during the regular season meant this much. So 0. 0. And, that's what it is. And I always reference back to the 88-89 when the Cavs swept the Bulls in the regular season, including a game in the last week of the season. They swept them 6-0. Because you used to play teams in your division 6 times back then. Swept them 6-0, beat them up pretty good. And I think the margin of victory in the 6 games combined was like over 80 points. And then what happened in the playoffs? The Bulls won the series 3-2 on the shot. So, you don't know the regular season is the regular season. The playoffs is completely different. And I think that's what we saw on Friday. I think the Cavs Saturday, the Cavs were ready for this. They prepared all season to be healthy for this. And as long as they stay healthy, who knows where they can go. I think people want to assume they won't stay healthy. The national media, when they pretty much, discount them. So if they stay healthy, I don't know. Who knows what can happen? Who knows what can happen? If Boston say they're to get to the conference finals, it's going to be tough. That's going to be really tough. But you never know, So tonight, 7:00, it's on Peacock. If you have Peacock, it's on Peacock. I know a lot of people were complaining that it was on Amazon Prime the other night. That's what it is now, though. All of the leagues are going to streaming, and that's just how it is. And I know I heard some older people my age and older say that they listen to it on the radio. Tim Alcorn and Jim Jones are phenomenal on the radio. So, that's an option if you don't have Peacock, but hopefully you have Peacock. I think it's on Channel 3 too. So that should help. You get to watch the game tonight. This isn't 1989 when we had Channel 19 or Channel 43 broadcasting the games anymore. Those days are gone. They were good days, but those days are gone. It's just, this is how it is. Streaming is the way of the world now. The generation younger than me, I'm 58. They don't have any problem with streaming. It's a way of life, So I guess we have to adjust to that. And I think it's okay. I mean, I think Peacock's done a great job. NBC's done a great job with the NBA this year. I thought that they did not only focus on the big market teams, they focused on a lot of, teams. The Cavs were on many times. Oklahoma City, who was the champion, was on many times. I'll bet you they were on Peacock more than they were on ESPN. And the Knicks, let's face it, the Knicks and Celtics were not on Peacock and NBC as much as like they were on ESPN, like twice a week. But so that's how it is. You got to go 4 or 5 different places now to find your NBA. It's the same with Major League Baseball. It's the same with NFL. I don't know if that's how it is in hockey, but I know for the 3 big sports in the United States, streaming is the thing now. So they're on Peacock tonight at NBC. So hopefully you'll get a chance to watch them. And then after the game, we can talk about it. And I could give you my opinion on it. And I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell you, if they're good, they're good. If they play bad, I'm going to say it. So we will talk to you after the game. I would say somewhere around 10 o'clock tonight, 10:15. And hopefully we'll be talking about a victory. Hopefully we'll be talking about the Cavs going to Toronto up 2-0. But until then, I hope everybody has a good night. And go Cavs.